Hi everyone, Professor Gustin here, and I would like to talk to you about the syllabus. And please pay attention to this. Please look over the syllabus and watch this video because there's so much information in the syllabus that can be really helpful in this course. I highly recommend that you print out the syllabus, put a copy in it at the very beginning of your 3-ring binder, and refer to it often. So you can see I put a PDF here of the syllabus. If you click on that, it'll bring you to a screen like this, and you'll see this whenever you open a document. And what you'll see is you can scroll down and see that whole document. Usually, sometimes it shortens it. I don't know why, but you can look at the document there. But what I would recommend is to actually download the document. Here, there's a print tab right there. But again, I typically don't like to print from this screen because sometimes it messes up the format. So if you download first, mine goes up there, and then you can click on that and you can see the document. It's just more reliable. The formatting is more reliable. So that's what I did, and there's the syllabus. So print that syllabus, put it in your notebook. Here's my contact information. I'm Professor Gustin. There's my email. There's my office. If you want to contact me, the easiest way to contact me is by email. And while I'm thinking about email, please use your CCC email for this course. That's the only reliable way the college can get in touch with you. It's the only reliable way I can get in touch with you. So please don't use a personal email. Use your CCC email and check it regularly. And I do that. I check my CCC email regularly, especially for online students, making sure you don't have questions that you need to be answered quickly. On the weekend, so during the week, during the working hours, I check my email a lot. On the weekends and at night, I check it less frequently, and I tend to save emails that I can respond to during working hours. I try to respond during working hours. So there's no guarantee that I can solve an emergency outside of working hours, but I will try to respond to your emails in a regular short amount of time. I have office hours. I have live office hours scheduled. You can see the days and times right here. I will be in my office at those times and you're welcome to stop by. I also can set up virtual office hours. When you teach online courses, you end up having a little bit more flexible schedule. And so what I like to do is if, you want to show up during an office hour, that's great. But if you want a live office hour or a virtual office hour or, just to talk to me outside of the scheduled times, email me and we can set up a time where we can meet in my office or we can meet online. If you haven't done virtual office hours, they actually work pretty well. You and I will decide on a time to meet. I'll send you a link and we'll be able to talk. So I highly recommend using it. It works really well. And I love meeting my online students. So I really, really appreciate it when you come to an office hour or we just talk for a little bit. There's the course description and the course learning outcomes that you will see in the college catalog. And I just like to tell you right up front, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but for an online course, you have to have a computer, and that computer actually has to have a webcam because we're going to be using some proctoring software that needs that you will be using that webcam for, and we'll talk about it in a minute. I'm going to tell you this, you can see this in another part of the syllabus, but the Chromebooks do not work with our proctoring software. So if you have a Chromebook, you can do most of the course. The only thing you can't do are our exams that are proctored. If you need another laptop and you can't afford to get one, there are a limited number of laptops available to borrow for the entire semester in the library. So you might call them or stop by and say, is there one available? If you do borrow a laptop from the library, ask them if it has Respondus software. And the Respondus software is our proctoring program. And if it doesn't, they will tell you how you can get that downloaded. That's a disadvantage of using a college computer is you can't download things onto it yourself and save them there. There's the textbook information. I already showed you the link in the introduction to the course where you can find that. And like I said, we're going to be using this proctoring program called Respondus, and it talks a little bit about that there. Here's a little bit about the Chromebooks, and I have a special note to STEM Academy students. If you don't know if you are a STEM Academy student, you probably aren't. But STEM Academy students have laptops that are school issued laptops, and I've had problems with them getting Respondus on their laptops. So I would recommend talking to your school administrator about getting Respondus to add it to your laptop sooner rather than later. Do not wait till the last minute because it seemed to take a long time last time. And you could miss a test, and we don't want that to happen. Um, it's an online course. You're going to be using your computer. We're going to be using technology. We'll be using the internet. And so I want you to be prepared that there could be technical problems. If you have technical problems, one of the things you can do if it's something that's not resolving quickly is just to let me know. One of the things I can do, happened last semester, is there were all these students having problems logging in. And so everybody thought it was their own individual problem. Once I got like 3 different students telling me the exact same thing, I could go to IT and find out what's going on with this. And we had to resolve the problem for many students. So if you're having a weird problem like that, let me know you're having a problem because I might be able to find out that you're not the only one and help you find a solution. The other one is if it's a technical problem that's getting to the point that it's interfering with your work, we can try to think of ways to get you on another computer. Actually, while I'm thinking about that, here we go. There is a computer in the CCC Learning Commons that has Respondus software installed on it. I'm not sure which one that is, and if they put it on more than one computer. So when we go to take an exam, if you want to use the computer on campus, let me know and I'll make sure there's somebody around to tell you which computer to use. Back to technical help. The other thing, probably the first major thing you would do after you let me know if you're having a chronic problem, you can contact the CCC IT department, and there's some information here about how to find them. You can either submit a ticket electronically, or you can just walk up to their desk in the library building, and they can help you out. On the other one, if the problem seems to be related with McGraw-Hill Connect with your book materials, there's really good student support with McGraw-Hill Connect. A lot of times when I have a problem with Connect, I just Google it and I say, whatever it is, I just put in, how do you do this, on Connect? And you can find information pretty easily. So I put a link there to student support, and at the bottom of that page, there's a phone number, and I've had really good success talking to them on the phone when it's a McGraw-Hill problem. Although hopefully you won't have any McGraw-Hill problems. They're pretty reliable. Every week we're going to have assignments due, and you will see at the end of the syllabus that I have a whole list of the whole class schedule, and here's for week 1. Here's all the assignments that you're going to have due, and here's the points that they're worth, and here's the due date. So all of that is in your syllabus. You'll be able to see everything that you have due. Sometimes I have students saying, oh, when do I hand in the lab handout? If you look on that syllabus, there's nowhere that I'm grading your lab handout. You don't need to hand that in. So all your assignments are listed on there. Most of the assignments are due at 11:59 p.m., 1 minute before midnight on Mondays. So here we are. If we're in week 1, for every week, I'll post the week's material on the Friday prior to that week at the latest. So I'll post all your materials. I'll open up your weekly module by Friday, the week before before the week starts. You're welcome to get started on that right away. You get through the entire week where you can be working on your materials. And then the Monday after that week is over is going to be when everything is due, 1 minute before midnight. Do not wait till the last minute to do those assignments. If you have a technical problem or a conceptual problem or anything, it's going to be too late. So get working on your materials earlier in the week. what you're going to find out is a lot of the assignments that we do, you get full credit just for completing them. So if you miss a couple here and there, it's not going to have a big impact on your grade if they're, lower point assignments. But that being said, don't wait to the last minute because you could end up um, not getting some of those assignments done. I have on here the one exception for the due date of being 1 minute before midnight on Monday is the final exam, which is due on a Thursday at 12 noon. And I will remind you of that many times. If you miss an exam or a quiz or anything, you just don't get any points for it. That's it. And once in a while, I have somebody who has a really big personal thing going on and can tell me, I'm not going to be able to hand in this assignment on time. Can I have an extra day or something like that? I'm willing to work with people, but it has to be a significant problem. It can't be something that's going on all semester long. But let me know if you're having some big problem that's going to that's going to affect your due dates or getting something done, and propose to me how you think I should, how you want the due date changed. So, but I'm not going to change, I'm not going to give you back points that, oh, a week later you say, oh, by the way, last week I couldn't get that stuff done. Can I do it now? And the answer is going to be no. You need to let me know as it's happening. Here's a little bit of things about course organization. I'll let you read that. Every week in your Brightspace page, in your weekly module, you'll see a lecture study guide. The lecture study guide is an outline of what I want you to know. It's going to have learning outcomes and vocabulary. What you want to do is open that lecture study guide. You might want to edit it. You might want to create some spaces where you're going to write your notes, print it out, and then your job is going to be to fill it out and keep it in your notebook. The completed lecture study guide is what you're going to use to study for your exams. So that's the material I want you to commit to memory. Here it describes how am I going to fill out those lecture study guides. You're going to see in each weekly module that I have lecture videos. And so you can use the lecture videos align with the lecture study guide. So you can write in the content in your lecture study guide. You can also go to the Smart Book to get information for the lecture study guide. And I'll tell you about that in a minute. So, but I recommend looking at the videos, completing your lecture study guide. Once your lecture study guide is mostly filled out from looking at the videos, you're going to find a link in each week that says lecture assignment. You're going to click on the lecture assignment, and that's going to bring you right to that McGraw-Hill Connect. It's what we call a Smart Book assignment. So what it will do is it will bring you right to the content that we covered in that lecture study guide. And if you click on something that says start reading, there'll be a little link there that says start reading. You'll see that there's a textbook and the pages are actually highlighted based on what I've recommended that you read. So, and that's why it's a smart book. You've got an electronic book, but it's a lot of the material is going to be highlighted that's important. So you can go to that smart book and supplement your lecture study guide. If you didn't get enough information from the video, you can add more information in there at that time. You want to look over your lecture study guide and make sure you have a good idea of what, that you have a good understanding of all the material. And you want to even start committing some of that to memory. Then what you do is you'll be in this lecture assignment and you click the little link Start Questions. And you will get what we call an adaptive learning assignment. And what that will do is it will ask you questions. It will say, it will give you a multiple choice question about something on that lecture study guide. And you'll answer the questions. When you get enough questions right, the computer says, the program will say, oh, they understand that concept. Let's go on to another concept. And it will ask you questions on a different topic. If you get questions wrong, the program will keep giving you more questions. So the idea is when you get a question wrong, you either want to click back to start reading and read about that topic in the Smart Book, or you can go back to your lecture study guide and where you took notes and read that. So while you're doing this lecture assignment, you can go back and forth between start reading and start questions and go back and forth and reinforce the material. As you answer questions in the lecture study guide, those questions will be behind you. If you stop the assignment or you go to start reading, you will not lose the work that you've already done. Okay, so in the middle of the lecture assignment, let's say it's dinner time and you want to stop, just stop. And you can come back again later and it will pick up right where you left off. So you'll kind of get the hang of that. So the adaptive learning thing is that it will adapt to, do you know it or don't you know it? And do you need more questions? So it's kind of a nice way to learn, really. The way that you get graded on these lecture assignments is you'll receive 100% for the assignment if you complete it by the due date. So you will get whatever percent of the assignment you've completed by the due date. Some of these assignments can take an hour or more. And the better that you know your study guide, the faster you're going to get through it. There's something in the, when you look at that lecture assignment, once you're done and you're looking at it in McGraw-Hill Connect, it might, if you're done the assignment, the lecture assignment, it's going to say recharge after it. What recharge means is that you've done the assignment, you have a grade for it, it went into your grade book automatically, and now if you want to do the assignment again, you can without affecting your grade. And it's a great option for getting some practice questions before you take exams. So take advantage of using the recharge questions, and that's a good way to study for exams without affecting your grade. In most weeks, you'll see a lab handout, and the lab handout consists of a bunch of activities, and you just do them in order. So I would print out the lab handout, and there might be an activity where I posted a video link, and then you watch the video and you answer some questions. There's also some virtual labs in there. The virtual labs are also in your McGraw-Hill Connect and associated with your Smart Book. So what you're going to do is you'll click on a virtual lab in Brightspace, and that will bring you back to McGraw-Hill Connect, and you'll pick the lab and you'll do it. And by finishing the lab, you will get full credit. And that grade will go into your Brightspace page, your grade sheet. We use that whole pattern the whole semester, so you're going to get used to it. It sounds like a lot right now, but you'll get used to the routine. If you're going to withdraw from the course, please be aware that I can only withdraw you if you have never attended. And in an online class, never attending refers to never doing a single assignment. So as long as you haven't done an assignment, you can be considered never attended, and I will drop you from the class. But if you even do one assignment, you are considered attending this course, and I cannot drop you from the course. None of your instructors can drop you from a course once you have attended the course. If you want to drop a course, you can do it and get a W for withdrawal by the end of week 9, and I'll remind you of that. But if you stay in the course after week 9, even if you've only ever done one assignment, I have to assign you a grade. And I think I gave 2 or 3 Fs out last semester just because students didn't attend, because they stopped attending class. And I tried emailing them, they didn't respond. I cannot drop you from the class without I just can't drop you from the class if you've attended. So you need to do that yourself. Be aware of that. That's another reason to check your CCC email. Your instructors might be encouraging you to drop a class in a situation like that. All your grades are posted in Brightspace. If anything looks wrong about a grade or I didn't put one in or something like that, let me know. And here's a little bit of information there that you want to read. How do you see what you got wrong on tests and quizzes in Brightspace? Your lab quizzes and your lecture exams are given in Brightspace. And a lot of times people want to see, well, I want to see what I got wrong. And here's how you do that. Here's a little bit on how I calculate course grades. And what you will see is it's all on points. So I have a total of 850 points. Here's all the things that you're going to be doing. Here's the grading scale. And then here's the, oh, look at this basic needs statement. Well, I've just needed a place to put it. Every semester, I have a student that says, I don't have gas money to come to class, or I'm having childcare issues, or we have students that have food insecurity or lost their homes. And we have homeless students every semester. So if something like that happens to you, you are not alone. And we're really trying to step up and help students get help from the college, or if the college isn't able to help connect you to services that you need. And these might be mental health services on top of that. So there's lots of services that are available. And here's some contacts that can help you gain access to those confidential services. Here's the class schedule. So here we are, week 1. We have the lecture topic, the lab topic. Here's all the assignments. You'll see all these lined up. You'll see those on your Brightspace page. This one says VL, or that's a virtual lab. This is virtual lab tutorial. In Brightspace, there, and on your lab handouts, the whole name will be listed out, but I just put the abbreviations here. There's your lab quiz. Here's all the points that they're worth. And so when you look here, it says all your lecture assignments are going to be worth 80 points total, and lab week 1 is worth 10 points. So if I look down here, here's 6 of those. There's the lecture assignment. There's 6 of those 80 points. And here's your 10 points. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's all your lab stuff for that week. The due date, Monday, February 3rd, 11:59 p.m. Look at this syllabus and keep track. I have your first exam is down here. Okay. So keep track of this. All right. That's where we're going. That's the syllabus. Print it out, put it in your notebook. I want to go back here. What I have right here, it says, when you are done with this section on the syllabus, go to week number 1 module and complete the activities. That means right here, you're going to go there and complete the activities. And I'm going to do one more video this week. So hang in there.